Stop right there, gentlemen. If you're over 60 and relying on olive oil alone to protect your heart, I need you to hear this. It could actually be blocking your erections instead of helping them. You've been trying to do the right thing for your cardiovascular health, right? But the same olive oil sitting in your pantry might quietly be shutting down the blood flow you need the most. You know that creeping doubt, that quiet frustration you can't quite explain? This isn't about age. It's about a simple, often overlooked pairing that can make all the difference. I'm Dr. Joselyn, and for the last 2 decades, I've dedicated my career to men's health, helping thousands reclaim their vitality and confidence. Today, I'm going to reveal a straightforward, natural protocol that can supercharge your blood flow. And stick around, because at minute 230, I'll show you the exact type of vinegar you need, the hidden key that most men completely overlook. Let's cut through all the noise and face the truth. When your body isn't responding the way you expect, it's often not because you're less of a man. It's a plumbing issue, not a failure of masculinity. Your penis isn't a muscle that weakens with age. It's a blood flow organ. If blood can't surge in freely and remain trapped efficiently, there simply won't be an erection. Here's something shocking that almost no one talks about. The arteries in your penis are up to 6 times smaller than your coronary arteries. That's why erectile dysfunction often shows up 5 to 10 years before major heart problems. Those tiny vessels are the first to clog, silently signaling trouble before you notice anything else. Olive oil is fantastic for overall health. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to these micro arteries, the ones responsible for erections, olive oil alone is like trying to clear a clogged drain with just warm water. It helps, yes, but it doesn't fully open the pathways. It doesn't activate the system where it truly matters. And this is where the paradox comes in. You must never rely on olive oil alone for this specific goal. It needs an activation switch. That switch, gentlemen, is vinegar. Here's why this changes everything. Most men don't realize it, but your body relies on a molecule called nitric oxide N for short. This superstar molecule tells your blood vessels to relax and open up, almost like flipping on a faucet and letting a surge of blood flow freely. Olive oil supports nitric oxide, but vinegar turbocharges it, especially in those tiny microarteries that are most critical for erections. Not just any vinegar, though. We're talking about apple cider vinegar, ACV, or a high-quality red wine vinegar. These aren't just kitchen staples, they're your activation agents. Let me explain how this works in real terms. Red wine vinegar, with its unique polyphenols from grapes, adds an extra layer of antioxidant protection. That makes your arteries more flexible and responsive. Apple cider vinegar brings its acetic acid to the table, and studies show it actually boosts nitric oxide production directly. It stimulates the cells lining your blood vessels to make more nitric oxide. The result? Wider, more pliable arteries that allow the blood surge necessary for a strong, sustained erection. But that's not all. Vinegar also stabilizes your blood sugar, which is crucial because fluctuating glucose levels silently damage those delicate arterial pathways over time. It reduces chronic inflammation, which is one of the biggest enemies of healthy circulation, and it helps target visceral fat, belly fat that's not just cosmetic but actively impairs blood flow and hormone balance. With vinegar in the mix, olive oil's benefits are fully unlocked. Together, they create a powerful synergy that clears the pathways for blood where you need it most. This isn't general health advice. It's targeted, precise, male-specific circulation support. So now you know why olive oil alone isn't enough. Without vinegar, you're leaving your arteries underactivated, leaving nitric oxide production incomplete, and missing out on a critical step that can restore function. This is the natural, science-backed secret behind what I've seen work in my practice for decades. All right, gentlemen, now that you understand why vinegar is the activation switch, let's talk about the 3-step protocol that has restored vitality for countless men over 60. Step 1 is the morning detox shot. Every single morning, before you eat or drink anything else, mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar or a high-quality red wine vinegar with 8 to 10 ounces of warm water. Make sure your ACV has the mother, the part rich in nutrients and enzymes. Drink it down like an alarm clock for your nitric oxide production. Right from the start of your day, you're opening up those critical blood pathways, priming your system for optimal circulation. Step 2 is about powering up your meals. With your main meals, lunch and dinner, include a generous salad. Dress it with extra virgin olive oil and the same vinegar you used in the morning. Don't hold back on the dressing. This isn't just flavor. It's a slow-release repair kit for your arteries. Every bite delivers nutrients directly to your vascular system, supporting flexibility, nitric oxide production, and blood flow throughout the day. Consistency here is key. Think of it as laying down a foundation, meal by meal, for strong, reliable erections. Step 3 is the evening boost, which is optional but highly effective. About an hour before your evening meal, you can repeat the vinegar shot from step 1. This keeps your nitric oxide levels elevated and your blood vessels primed, especially as blood sugar levels fluctuate later in the day. The goal is sustained support, so your system is always ready for performance, not just reacting in the moment. A crucial warning here: never apply vinegar directly to your skin, particularly sensitive areas. This protocol works internally. It's about rebuilding circulation consistently over time, not relying on quick, external tricks. When you follow these 3 steps together, olive oil and vinegar stop being 2 separate kitchen ingredients. They become a powerful, targeted combination that actively opens blocked pathways and supports male health. This isn't theory. This is what I've seen work again and again in my practice, for men like you who thought it was too late to reclaim their vitality. Now, gentlemen, let me share what this protocol actually looks like in real life, because seeing results isn't just theory, it's people reclaiming their confidence and vitality. Take David, for example. He's 71, and for years he had lost his morning wood. I remember the call vividly. He was in his garage, his voice shaking with emotion, almost whispering as he spoke. He told me, "Doctor, it happened this morning. I woke up with morning glory again. It's been decades." You could feel the relief in his voice, the weight of years lifting off his shoulders. This isn't just about sex, it's about feeling like yourself again, about waking up with confidence and energy that had been missing for too long. Then there's Frank, 82. He honestly believed it was completely over. His partner even called me a few weeks into the protocol, saying she noticed a distinct difference in his firmness and overall vitality. Frank later shared, "It's not just about sex, doctor. It's about feeling capable, feeling like myself again. I thought I was broken, but it turns out my blood flow was just blocked." These are men who had resigned themselves to the idea that age meant decline, only to find that with the right natural approach, they could reclaim their male power. This is the beauty of the olive oil plus vinegar combination. It's simple, natural, and effective. It works with your body, activating nitric oxide, supporting arterial flexibility, reducing inflammation, stabilizing blood sugar, and even helping manage visceral fat. Over time, it rebuilds the pathways that enable strong, consistent erections, morning wood, and that deep sense of masculine confidence. And it's not a one-time fix. It requires commitment and consistency, but the results speak for themselves. I've seen this with dozens of men in my practice, from those in their early 60s to those well into their 80s. And what they all have in common is this: they were willing to try a natural, disciplined approach instead of giving up. They followed the protocol, they stayed consistent, and they reclaimed something far greater than erections. They reclaimed a sense of control, confidence, and pride in themselves. Now, gentlemen, before you rush to try this, there are a few crucial points you must understand. First, always consult your doctor before starting any new regimen, especially if you're on blood thinners, have diabetes, stomach issues, or any pre-existing medical conditions. This isn't just about following a tip you saw online, it's about safely rebuilding your circulation and male vitality. Second, consistency is everything. This isn't a one-time trick or a quick fix. It's a daily commitment to restoring your blood flow and giving your body the support it needs to function at its best. Results don't happen overnight, but with persistence, the transformation is real and lasting. Are you ready to stop feeling less than and reclaim your full male power? This protocol is simple, natural, and incredibly effective, but it only works if you commit. Subscribe to Thrive with Dr. Joselyn and hit that notification bell, because I'll guide you through every step, ensuring you have the complete roadmap to lasting male vitality. Remember, gentlemen, aging doesn't make you weaker. Losing belief in yourself does. Your power isn't gone, it's waiting for you to unlock it. You've seen the science behind nitric oxide, the role of olive oil and vinegar, and real men who have reclaimed their morning wood and confidence. You now have a natural, actionable protocol that rebuilds circulation, supports arterial flexibility, reduces inflammation, stabilizes blood sugar, and even helps with visceral fat. It's all targeted, precise, and backed by decades of clinical experience. So here's the truth. A man doesn't lose his power with age. He loses it when he stops believing he can rise again. Take action today. Follow the steps. Stay consistent. And you can restore not just your erections, but your confidence, your energy, and your sense of self. Your body is capable, your blood flow can be restored, and your male vitality is waiting. The only question is, are you ready to claim it?